Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a story time. Those sometimes are, I guess, pretty popular. There's a lot of people doing story times on TikTok. I see them all the time, but this is going to be a paranormal story time. So I'm going to tell you all the spooky things that have happened to me during my life so far that I can remember. So yeah, if you guys have any scary stories or anything you want to share like that, leave a comment below and I will read them and maybe read some of them in a video if I get enough. So like and subscribe, leave comments below of your spooky stories, and yeah, we'll get right into it. Okay, so my scary stories. I've had a few paranormal experiences, or what I would consider a paranormal experience. So the first time I can remember it happening, I was like, maybe, I want to say like 7 or 8. I was in 3rd grade. I don't remember how old I was in 3rd grade. And we lived in this little trailer, like just in the middle of town. And my bedroom and my brother's bedroom was on this side of the house. My parents' bedroom was like on the complete opposite end. So you had to go through a little hallway, the living room, the kitchen to get to my parents' bedroom. So I was going from my bedroom to my mom's bedroom to ask her something. My dad was at work. I don't know where my brother was, probably in his bedroom playing video games or something. So I walked through the living room, and out of the corner of my eye, on like my right eye, on our couch, we had this big purple like sectional couch. And on the very far left, like the left side, out of the corner of my eye, I see this old lady just like sitting on her couch, clear as day. Like, she wasn't see-through. She didn't look like a ghost. She didn't look dead. She was just like sitting. And I always tell people, to this day, if you could give me like a police sketch artist, I could describe this woman like down to her facial features and everything, like down to what she was wearing. She had on this like denim kind of material skirt that probably went like a little below her knees. Of course, she had the mama pantyhose. She had like this little, I can't quite remember the shirt, maybe like a flannel-y type shirt, but not like plaid flannel. And she had her hair like rolled up in a little bun, like pinned to the back of her head, and her top was like parted down the middle, and she had these little like curl kind of bang things going on. And she was just sitting. She had one leg tucked behind the other, kind of off to the side, and her hands just laying in her lap, just sitting on her couch. And I walked by her and I immediately froze, and I was like, holy shit, what just happened? So I slowly turned around and she was gone. I've never seen her again. I have no idea who she is. Both my grandmothers are still living. I don't know who this woman was or why she decided to just hang out on her couch, but she was there. And I'm just sitting there like, holy shit, what just happened? Because like, I was a little kid and I was like, had no clue. I was like, did I really see that? Did I imagine that? Like, what happened? So then, like, I don't remember if I actually told my mom. I probably didn't, because I'm pretty sure my mom doesn't believe in paranormal things like that. I mean, I guess to an extent she probably does, but like, I really don't know. But my second paranormal experience that I can actually remember, I don't think I had very many in my childhood, or if I did, I blocked them out and I can't remember them. But somebody walking by the door. The next one I can actually vividly remember, and it was uncomfortable, but not like terrifying. Like, I wasn't like shaking, like scared. It was just like, that's an expression. Anyway, I think I was between the ages of like 16 to 18, somewhere around through there. I could drive, but I don't know if I was like an adult yet. And I was laying in bed, and I had a futon, but it was like down in like bed shape or whatever, and it was like catty cornered in a corner, so you had like the pointy corner, and then the bed was like right there, and it hung out to like the middle of the room. I have no idea why I thought that was a good idea, because I had no bedroom space at all to walk. And I had a desk at the foot of my bed, like on the opposite wall or whatever, and it had a computer on it, and it was the only computer we had in the house. It was in my room because I don't know why. And my brother was on the computer. I was laying in bed, and I was laying like on my back with my legs like stretched out or whatever, and I felt something like grab the tip of my toe like this and just like run their hand up it. And I felt it vividly, and it like startled me awake, and I like popped up in the bed, and my brother's just got his back to me, and he's just like doing whatever he's doing on the internet, and I'm like, dude, did you just touch my foot? And he turns around, he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, something just grabbed my toe. Was it you just like screwing with me? And he's like, no. Why would I grab your toe, you weirdo? Go back to sleep. But that was kind of disturbing, because I actually felt something like touch my foot, and it like grabbed my toe, but I didn't see anything. So, and this was in a different house. We moved to a lot of houses when I was little, but this was in a different house. This is actually the house that my parents live in now, and we were there for quite a while. They still live there. So, like I said, I might not have been 16 at that time. I might have been like 15. But the next one I remember after that, I was like 16 to 18, somewhere in there. And I don't know if we still had the computer or not. I think at that point I had got like my own laptop, and I had that, and then the desktop computer had moved to my brother's room or something, because my mom didn't really internet, she didn't like computers, so we just had them in our rooms. But I was laying in bed, I was by myself, there was nobody else in the room, the door was shut, lights were off, whatever. I saw something. I wasn't completely asleep, like I was still pretty much awake. I had like been laying down for maybe a few minutes or whatever, and I saw something in the corner. I think I still had the futon bed, and I think I still had it in the same setup, but I can't really remember. But I saw something come in the wall, like a shadow person, walk through the wall, turn around, and walk straight back out the wall. And I just like laid there and stared at it like, what the fuck is happening? And it was kind of scary. I didn't get the feeling of like that people say you get when you see like a shadow person, like dread or like despair or like just terror or whatever, but it was just more like something's in here, like I'm not alone. So that was pretty creepy. But then another time, and these were terrifying. I was 18. I still lived at home with my parents. We lived in the same house where the foot monster and the shadow dude coming in my wall was. And what's weird though, and I didn't think about this until just now, is when we first moved in that house, my bedroom had a door to the outside on that same wall, but it was further down. Like the ghost came in, the shadow dude came in like right here, and the door was like back in here, so there was like a wall gap or whatever, but we had took the door out and put a window in, because I don't know, I like windows. But I just thought that was kind of creepy, because it was like when you walk in a room, you're like, I forgot why I came in here, so you turn around and leave. But it was kind of like that, but it was creepy. He's a shadow person. But anyway, the next one, I was like 18, pretty sure I was 18. And these were terrifying, because I was having really, really bad night terrors, to where I would just wake up screaming, and I would actually get out of the bed and like run through my bedroom. I had a very small bedroom. It wasn't very big, but I would I had a set of bunk beds. And the bottom bunk was like a full-size bed, and the top bunk was a twin-size bed, so the top one was smaller than the bottom one. But it was like in the back corner, like the head part was on the wall where the shadow man came in and went back out, but he he came in on this side and it was like back on this side. I suck at describing things. But I was laying in bed and my cousin was spending the night with me. And we had both agreed that we were going to sleep in the bottom bunk because I was having night terrors. And when I would wake up screaming, she would wake up terrified and not know what was happening. And the first time she did it, or the first time I did it, she was sleeping on the top bunk and I was on the bottom bunk. And I woke up screaming. Of course, she woke up not knowing what the hell was happening. And she just like jumps out of bed off the top bunk and almost kills herself when she hits the floor. So we just decided we were just supposed to sleep on the bottom bunk. So when I had my little episode, she could just like stand up, like, what are you doing? But like I would wake up, I would get out of bed screaming, and then I would take off running to behind my door. And then like it would usually always wake my mom up. And of course it would wake my cousin up because she was sleeping right beside me while I was screaming. And they would like have to come and physically grab me and like shake me to get me to wake back up. And then I have no memory of anything like dreams or anything that would cause me to have the night terrors. I remember nothing, but I can hear myself screaming in my mind, if that makes sense. And then I just like open my eyes and they're just like staring at me like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm sorry. That went on for a while. It was not a fun experience at all. But I would do that, and then on one particular night I was asleep and I had rolled over and opened my eyes and I saw a shadow person standing there, and it had its hands out, like, but it was just like hovering over me and staring at me. And I thought it looked like it had taken the shape of my brother. Like if you see somebody standing in the shadows or whatever, somebody that you know, but it was creepy. I didn't feel like, I guess, comfort in knowing that it was somebody that I knew. And I like jumped and like twitched and jerked over onto where my cousin was sleeping. I can't remember if it woke her up or not. But then like I guess I closed my eyes or something, and when I opened them it was gone and there was nothing there. I don't know what it was doing. I don't know why it took the shape of my brother or what I thought was my brother. But then another night, sometime after that, and my cousin was also staying with me that night, I woke up and it was on this side where she was sleeping, and it was like right in my face. Like I could probably, if it was breathing, I could have felt its breath on my face. It was so close. And it was just like staring at me. And I say staring, it didn't have a face, so I just assumed it was staring at me, but it took the shape of her. And I thought it was her. I thought she had like maybe she had a dream. She woke up in the middle of the night, was just like sitting up in the bed or whatever. And I jerked again the opposite way, almost fell out of the bed. And then when I looked back, there was nothing there, and she was rolled over facing the wall, dead asleep. And I just like sat there like, I'm never gonna sleep again. Like, screw sleeping, I will just stay awake forever. But that was pretty creepy. So, yeah. I think that's all the paranormal experiences I've had. I've had several, I don't really know if they would be considered paranormal or not, but like weird feelings you get, like senses of dread, like something's going to happen or whatever, and then something would happen like a day later or 2 days later, something like that. But anyway, that's gonna wrap this video up. So hope you enjoyed my story time, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay spooky.